can't watch it. I watched it once, I don't need to watch it again. I am going to have such backlash for this. Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing another ranking video, tier ranking video. If you guys missed my previous one, I did a video ranking all the movie commentaries, like movies that I've done movie commentaries on so far, and there was like over 80 films. So if you haven't seen that, you should watch it. And people were saying, you know, I should just do more tier ranking videos on the channel. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna jump onto Instagram and ask you guys, what are your favorite films? A lot of them were double ups. There are a lot of people who had the same favorite films, and I thought, I'm gonna rank your favorite movies. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tier rank them. Just a disclaimer, you know, everyone loves films, everyone doesn't love films, like everyone has their own opinions on movies. So this is just my tier ranking. There's a lot of bias to it. A lot of it doesn't really make sense. It's more like just my feelings, not necessarily how good an actual film is. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with a lot of my rankings. Yes, I'm prepared for that. Any tier ranking videos, everyone has opposite opinions, so just take this video like a grain of salt. Just don't take it very seriously. Firstly, if you didn't see my previous video, I'm going to explain like my ranking system. I have a custom ranking system that I put together that I love, that I'm very proud of. So top tier is my precious films that I love, just they're god tier. Second is I'll be back, films that I like and that I will rewatch. Are You Not Entertained, which is a film that's like, it's good, it was entertaining, it was an eventful time watching it, but I probably won't rewatch it, at least not anytime soon. Then we have Not Quite My Tempo, which is something that's just like meh. Like it was meh, like it was okay. It's not really my thing, or just it was alright. It wasn't anything special. Activate Instant Kill is just no, not for me. I did not like this experience. I didn't like it. This can be something where it's like, I hated watching this film, or it is a bad film. I forget things almost instantly. Are films that I've seen it, but I don't remember anything from this film. Like I remember nothing from it. Apparently I've seen it because I checked all these on my Letterboxd, but I don't remember anything from it. So I can't really give an opinion on it. Okay, let's jump onto the first one, which is Transformers. So Transformers, I know it's not good. I'm gonna put this in Not Quite My Tempo. It's just Shia LaBeouf and like the male gaze and Megan Fox, who is hot, but it's just like, it's very excessive. It's very over the top. It's not something that I just like honestly rewatch at all. It's just a Michael Bay explosions and extremeness, and oh my god, the saturation is just like out of this world in his films. I don't understand why. Like, who is color grading these films? Who? I don't understand. The Parent Trap. Now this film, the Lindsay Lohan one, I watched this so much when I was a kid. I don't remember much from it. All I remember is there's like a gecko part and a part where they drag her out onto a lake. But logically, I don't think this movie makes a lot of sense. It doesn't. I feel like I have to put this in bottom tier because I don't really remember this experience. Like when, I watched this when I was like 6. The Fault in Our Stars. The first time I watched this, I still have like complete like memory of watching this. The first time was with my friend at a cinema. We were center of the cinema. We were by ourselves, and I just remember bawling my eyes out at the end of it. I had read the book beforehand, so I knew what was going to happen and all that kind of stuff. But self-reflecting on this film, it is not good. Like, it's really, there are so many better like young adult romance films. The Fault in Our Stars is not that. They have the first kiss in the Anne Frank house. Who writes that? I'm sorry. Like, that was in the book as well, I believe. That is not a romantic or like a even appropriate place to be making out with someone. And then everyone starts clapping. Everyone is cheering them on because they're making out in the Anne Frank house. I don't understand that. I don't.
That's not right, is it? That is so not right.
I'm gonna put this in Not Quite My Tempo because it's not like the worst film I have ever seen, and I don't absolutely hate it, but it's not that good. Now, Princess Mononoke. I don't know. I watched this when I did my video for 5 Studio Ghibli films. I like watched 5 in one day, and I watched this and this surprised the heck out of me. I think this was the 3rd one I watched, and all the others beforehand were like sweeter, like nothing too weird yet. And then this came on and I was like, shit, this is violent. There's like beheadings and shit in this. I was not expecting this at all, and I loved it. I really, really liked this movie. Where do I want to put it? I'm gonna put this in Are You Not Entertained? Because it was definitely like an experience, and I was entertained by the film. I definitely enjoyed it, but it's not something that I like absolutely love and will watch this like over and over. We've got Revenge of the Sith, episode 3, Star Wars episode 3. I haven't watched this for years, and I feel like people's general opinions on this film have changed, and this happens a lot with films. Like the movie will come out and it will get horrible reception, right? It'll like people hate it, and then 10 years later everyone loves it, and they're like, this had a bad rep when it first started, people didn't understand it, and then it becomes like not a cult classic, but people have a general consensus that it's actually a good film. And I don't remember much from it, so I feel like I need to rewatch it to understand the people's thoughts on that, because a lot of people obviously say this is one of their favorites of the franchise. I'm like, shit, well, all I remember is fucking killing the younglings. Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan, can't even say that line properly without laughing.
Killing younglings.
Not Anakin.
The romance, this is from what I remember at that time, but this was like at least a decade ago. So I'm gonna put this in I forget things almost instantly, because I can't give an opinion on this, because I feel like if I say I hated it back then, I think I might have a different opinion on it now. Okay, 7 Pounds. This is one of the most underrated Will Smith movies ever. I love this movie, and I've watched it many times, and I cry every single time. Every time I'm just bawling my eyes out. This is I'll Be Back. I've watched this many times, and I actually really enjoy it, even though it makes me super emotional. One of Will Smith's like greatest performances. Him and what's her name? Oh, jeez, I've forgotten her name. Oh, no. You know who I'm talking about. She's from Daredevil. Shit. Oh my god, I think her initials are RD, and I can't remember her name, I'm sorry. It's just a sweet but emotionally like heartbreaking film that is very hard to watch, but I really like it. John Wick, my precious, like no fucking questions there, mate. Like that is going top tier, god tier. Like John Wick is some of the best action movies ever. That trilogy, like, come on, you gotta be insane to not like John Wick. If you're not an action movie buff, okay, that's fine. But if you're an action lover and you don't like John Wick, what kind of action movies do you watch? Like, I don't understand that. This is just peak action. Keanu Reeves, didn't he just turn 57? Did he just have his birthday and he turned like 57? I swear I saw that on Letterboxd, like their social media or something. I swear I saw that. 57? Are you kidding me? Fuck, he's amazing. Love Keanu Reeves. Beauty and the Beast. Okay. I don't really... I know I'm gonna get so much shit for this. I'm gonna get... Not quite my tempo. Okay. So, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I have mentioned, I think twice, that this was a movie that I filmed for a commentary and didn't end up releasing because I found this movie really boring.
What is happening to the world?
I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and I know Beauty and the Beast is like an iconic and nostalgic film for so many people's like childhoods, but I've rewatched it and I'm like, I mean, it's okay. Oh my god, people are gonna hate me for this. I just know it. I just know that I'm like going against or like the natural like consensus, the general consensus of Beauty and the Beast, that it's one of the best. I mean, it was nominated for Best Picture. I just didn't really enjoy it. I don't know why, but I just didn't. She's the Man. Okay, now this is going in Are You Not Entertained? It's not one that I rewatch, and I haven't seen it in a while. But Channing Tatum, This is an iconic, like, teen rom-com-ish, like, rom-com. Like, there's so many great lines, so many, like, it's iconic. It's iconic, and it is entertaining, but it's not one that I rewatched, like, multiple times, but I remember a lot from it. I do remember a lot from this movie. Like, it's kind of ingrained in my mind because I watched it so much as a kid. This film and Step Up is when I fell in love with Channing Tatum. That was, they were the moments.
You're an appealing guy, man.
Wild Child. Okay, Wild Child. This is from my childhood. This is in I'll Be Back. Sula, sweaty upper lip alert. I can quote pretty much this entire movie. Love it to death. Like, who are we? Like, it's great. It's great. It's stupid, but it's great. Black Swan, I remember seeing this for the first time in the cinema, and I did not expect what I was going to see. Like, I don't like scary films. Thrillers aren't really, psychological thrillers aren't always my thing. And when I saw this in the cinema, I did not expect it. I was like, shit, why is this scary? Even though this isn't a rewatchable film for me, I'm gonna put this in I'll Be Back because it's such a good film. Watch Black Swan if you haven't. It's creepy and very psychologically and emotionally, like, trippy and weird. But I watched, like, the behind the scenes of, like, the making of this, and just the intricacy and, like, the technical side to it is just amazing. Natalie Portman's performance, she won Best Actress for this. Outstanding. She was incredible. Like, oh, yes. Catch Me If You Can. I haven't watched this in so long, this movie, like, in ages. I remember really liking it though, the first time I watched it, but I don't remember much from this. But I do remember liking it. I think it's based on a true story as well. It's a really interesting concept. I actually enjoyed watching the movie. I'm gonna put this in Are You Not Entertained? I think it's actually a really good film from what I can remember. I'm just going from, like, my general, like, instinct. I'm pretty certain I really like this movie. Cloverfield. All right, this is my brother's, like, one of his favorite films ever. I have seen it twice. I have very mixed emotions about Cloverfield because the way it's filmed is so interesting and unique, and it's very different to anything that I've ever watched, but it's not something that I'd rewatch at all, really. Like, not at all. I'm gonna put this in Are You Not Entertained? Because I think it's a good film. I don't think it's a meh film. I don't think it's a bad movie or anything like that. The Breakfast Club. Okay. 80s, like, John Hughes movies. I've only seen, like, a few of them. I'm gonna put this in Not Quite My Tempo. I don't know, it's not, like, a bad film. I just wasn't really into it when I watched it. I feel like that's a really, like, bad opinion. Not a bad opinion, but it's, like, a really unpopular opinion. But I feel like a lot of people love The Breakfast Club. Jurassic Park. Okay, this is going in Are You Not Entertained? This is such a good film. So good. I don't have the emotional attachment to this film. Some of them I liked, some of them I didn't. Jurassic Park, the first one, fucking loved it. I had seen it when I was a child, and the only memory I had was the fan one that spits the poison, and it scarred me, and I never watched it again until, like, a few years ago. Everyone should watch Jurassic Park. Like, watch it at least once. Watch this movie because it's so good. Kingsman: The Secret Service. I love this movie so much. It's not a My Precious, but it is an I'll Be Back because I've seen this so many times. My two favorite scenes, I think, are the church scene. The way that it is edited and choreographed is one of the best things I have ever seen in my life.
Oh, you need to see this.
And the second one, I don't know why, but I love the bonkers moment. The part where he does, like, parkour, like, around, and I don't know why I just really love that moment. I just do. I think because I have, like, emotional attachment to Bonkers, because Bonkers was, like, my childhood. Dizzy Rascal, if people don't know Bonkers by Dizzy Rascal. Kingsman is great. I just love how it's filmed. I love the characters. I love everything about it. The second one, not so much. No, I didn't really like the sequel at all. How to Train Your Dragon is my precious. Oh my god, Toothless. Toothless is one of the cutest, like, little beings, and, like, oh my god, it's just so amazing. I can see my Toothless Pop Funko sitting over there on my desk. He is absolutely adorable. And I just love their relationship. It's so sweet. I have seen the second one. Don't really remember much from that movie at all, but I haven't seen the third one. Haven't seen the third film. Let me know if you think I should do commentaries for these movies. I literally cry every time watching it. I cry. Like, it's really sad. There's certain moments that are really, I'm like, oh my god, don't do that. Don't do that to Toothless. Like, stop it. I get very emotionally invested. Okay, Spirited Away. This is an Are You Not Entertained? Because, okay, there's reasons for why this is a Are You Not Entertained. I am not going to rewatch this because it's just weird. I don't know what I was watching when I was watching this movie. I was like, what is this on screen? It is absolutely beautiful. Like, it is a beautifully, like, well-made, crafted film. The actual animation, the storytelling, it's just very unique from anything I've ever seen. It was definitely an entertaining watch the first time I watched it, but it's not something that I like fell in love with, that I will have like repeat watches of. But I definitely think it's totally worth watching. Like, watch Spirited Away. Get Out is an Are You Not Entertained? This is a fucking amazing movie. This is amazing. Get Out is so good. The reason why it's not in I'll Be Back is similar to Spirited Away. I'm gonna give a spoiler warning for a second, just if you haven't seen this movie, just jump ahead, because I just want to say one thing. The portion of this film where it's like going to someone else's body and someone being stuck in their body with someone else possessing it, that stuff freaks me out. When someone is stuck in their own mind and can't escape because someone else has jumped into their body and is controlling them. Different to possession. Like, I don't know if you kind of get what I mean, but that concept freaks me the fuck out. I do not like it. Like, it just scares me because I wouldn't want to be trapped in my own body with someone else controlling it. I get like Black Mirror vibes because I think there's multiple Black Mirror episodes that are like that, I think. And I don't like them. This is reason why I don't rewatch Get Out. It scares me. It does. It really does. But Jordan Peele's fucking amazing. Such a good movie. Pride and Prejudice. Okay, I rewatched this movie recently, and then I rewatched it again because I have fallen in love with Pride and Prejudice. Prejudice. Why can't I talk? Their chemistry is amazing. Like the dance scene. Was it in my Emma review, like on Letterboxd, or was it my Pride and Prejudice? I can't remember which one it was, but I feel like I made a pretty sound point. I swear the peak of sexual chemistry is always during dance scenes and period dramas. That is like the truth. Hate to love is like one of my favorite tropes. So I enjoy this movie very much. The costume, the set design, like just everything is so good, and I can rewatch this movie over and over. I've fallen in love with this film this year in 2021. The Martian. This is going in my precious. I fucking love this movie. I love it so much. I remember when this was nominated for Best Comedy at the Golden Globes. There are comedy moments and the humor is so good. The humor is amazing in this movie. Like, Matt Damon just fucking nails it. But this isn't a comedy. I don't know how this is like considered a comedy. The cast is incredible. Do you know how many people are in this movie? Like, it's just great. Matt Damon is such a good character and the cast is incredible. The music, the storytelling, just the special effects, just the whole concept of it. I ended up reading the book after watching the movie and I really like the book as well. So I highly recommend readers, film watchers, do either or both. X-Men First Class. This is in Are You Not Entertained? It's good. I think it's one of the better ones in the X-Men Fox franchise. I definitely enjoy watching it, but it's not I love this movie. It's not a film that I'm like, I love this film till like the end of my days. Michael Fassbender and oh my god, James McAvoy. The two of them, icons. 500 Days of Summer is in Are You Not Entertained? Maybe, no, actually I think it's going to go in I'll Be Back because I've actually seen this a fair amount. Like, I do watch it because Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I'm not like a die-hard Zooey Deschanel fan, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I'll watch anything that he's in. I actually would suggest watching it because I think it's not the typical movie. There aren't so many cliches Like, it's not a film where you're like, oh, that's so predictable. I saw that from a mile away. Like, it's not that kind of movie. Crazy Rich Asians is I'll Be Back. This movie is so good. This movie is amazing. I've seen this maybe like 5 times. Henry Henry, that's his name, right? This was his first film. This is his first acting credit. Are you serious? He was so good. I love their chemistry. They vibed off each other so perfectly. I love their relationship. This movie is so incredible, and it's funny and it's cute and yeah, everything that I want and more. There's so many rom-coms in this list, I'm realizing. There's a lot of rom-coms. This is definitely one of the better ones. I am going to have such backlash for this. Gangster movies, if you don't know me, aren't really my thing. I don't really like gangster films, mob films. I don't really like crime movies, that kind of stuff. The Godfather Part 2. Okay, I like the first one. I like the first one the best. Part 1 is my favorite. I love The Godfather. That was really good. Part 2, I don't know what it was. I think it was the dual timelines that I just didn't really like that much. I'm gonna put this in Are You Not Entertained because it is an incredible film, like filmmaking wise. Like, watch The Godfather, like trilogy. Third one, I only watched it for the first time this year and it was a long time waiting, and I'm happy I watched it. I'm happy I've gotten it off my watch list. It's been sitting there for, well, decades. Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna put this in Are You Not Entertained? This is a really good film. This is definitely one of the best Spider-Man movies. Top tier. People are gonna hate me, and I know so many people are gonna disagree with me, but Tobey Maguire isn't my favorite. I just feel like he's too old. He's too old as Peter Parker. I'm sorry. No. Oh my god, the train scene. Actually, no, I'm gonna put this in I'll Be Back. This movie, the train scene, that whole action scene against Doc Ock when he saves Aunt May and then they get on the train, then he stops the train, and then the part where he gets brought in and then they like give his mask back and say that they won't say his identity. Like, that shit, that whole, like, I swear it goes for like 10-15 minutes. Prime like filmmaking. Mary Poppins. Okay, if I was ranking this when I was a child, it would go in I'll Be Back, or maybe even My Precious, but I'm gonna put it in Are You Not Entertained because, or maybe, no, I'm gonna put this in I Forget Things Almost Instantly because I don't really remember much from this, like, at all. I remember the part where they go to the races, and the part where he like pulls his pants and becomes like a penguin. I need to rewatch Mary Poppins. I haven't seen this in ages. Okay, Godzilla, the King of Monsters. This is an Activate Instant Kill. It's not, because I don't think it's like the worst of the worst, but it's not, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I don't know, it's just not that good. It's the human storylines. It's the people. Like, I don't care about it. And whenever it jumps to their story, I'm like, honestly, even though 7 isn't a rewatch film for me, okay? It's not, I think I've only seen it once, I think. And I'm not like, this is one of my favorite films of all time, but I am going to put it in I'll Be Back because this is an incredible movie and people should watch it. David Fincher is such a fantastic filmmaker. We'll get onto one of his other films later that will be in My Precious. Wait for that. It's an intense movie. If you don't like gore, don't watch it. Like, it's based off the 7 deadly sins, and I think it's gluttony. Is gluttony one of them? And lust. Some of the depths. I can't watch it. I watched it once. I don't need to watch it again.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
What We Do in the Shadows is Are You Not Entertained? I love Taika Waititi. Taika Waititi is such a great filmmaker and he's so funny. He's great. I love his movies. Like, how can you not love Taika Waititi? I don't know how you can hate him. Do people hate him? Because I think he's one of the nicest people ever. Before Sunrise, this is in I'll Be Back. This is some of the best writing ever. Their relationship and their chemistry is great. I haven't watched Before Midnight. The third one, I haven't watched that one yet. If you don't like dialogue and like talking in movies, if you don't like endless conversations between people, you will hate this film, but I loved it. I love this movie. It's so beautiful. When someone put in Raising Helen, I was like, this is one of the biggest surprises I have ever seen. If you haven't seen Raising Helen and you like 2000s rom-coms, romantic dramas, if that's your kind of vibe, I suggest watching Raising Helen because it's pretty enjoyable. This is a Are You Not Entertained film. For what it is, it's actually kind of like fun-ish to watch. The Revenant is Are You Not Entertained? The cinematography, the production design, the directing, everything about this movie is technically incredible. But I can only watch it once. That bear scene, the bear scene. I was very confused about what the bear was doing because at points it looked like it was doing something that was very disturbing. I don't think it was doing what I thought it was doing. It was really creepy. I would not rewatch this movie. It's not really my go-to. The Sandlot is one of my childhood films. Like if you take this back, I watched this a lot as a kid. I only have a couple of memories from this. The part where they're on the rides and they start vomiting on the rides, and the part where the kid pretends to drown so then he gets his first kiss from the lifeguard. They're the only memories I have from this movie. This is gonna go in I Forgot Things almost instantly. That's where it's gonna go. Similar to Parent Trap. Stick It. I'm so happy someone submitted Stick It. Stick It is I'll Be Back. It's a gymnastics, cheesy gymnastics, like just 2000s movie, and I really enjoy watching it. I just do. I don't know. I can't really explain why, but it's just one of my guilty pleasure films. And Stick It is just, it's fun. Jeff Bridges is the coach in it and he's pretty funny. Yeah, I just like it. I just do. I don't know why, I just do. So obviously we gotta have some Star Wars in here, and we have The Empire Strikes Back. This is going in my precious. I don't know what other people are gonna say, but this is the best Star Wars film. Got one of the best movie twists of all time. The music, just everything about it is great. Love the characters, love everything about this movie. Empire Strikes Back is just iconic. Toy Story 2 is Are You Not Entertained? Toy Story 2 is such a good sequel. I really, really like Toy Story 2, except I haven't seen it enough to say that I love it. I feel like I've seen it maybe twice. I recommend the Toy Story franchise to pretty much everyone. I recommend people watch the Pixar movies. If they feel like going through an emotional roller coaster, people should just watch Pixar films. That is like a go-to if you are like in an emotional mood. You will have the feels. You will feel something. If you don't feel anything when watching Pixar movies, you're dead inside. That's a bit harsh. The Truman Show is going in my precious. This film has had such an influence on my love of cinema from the beginning. The emotional weight to it, the acting. This is one of Jim Carrey's best performances by far. Absolutely, there is no question. I love the directing, I love the whole concept of it, I love the cinematography, I love the writing, I love the music, I just love everything about this movie. It is fucked up, like it is messed up, this whole concept that someone has been living in a TV show and people have been watching him and he's like on TV 24/7. Like that is a major invasion of privacy. Morally and legally, I don't think so. I don't think it would ever occur for people to not have knowledge of themselves being filmed. It's called consent. Love Rosie is an I'll Be Back. This is one of the best modern rom-com dramas. This is a film that is extremely frustrating. It is so frustrating because I'm like, can you just get together? The timing never works. Or there's like miscommunication. Oh my god, it starts off with miscommunication from the beginning, and that's why everything is just not happening the entire movie. And I'm like, just, if you had just communicated that one moment and like said to that person, this is what's happening, none of this would have happened. Like, just, it's so frustrating, but their chemistry, Lily Collins and Sam Claflin are just so good together. Such a good film. I highly recommend if that's the kind of stuff that you're into. Oh, 5 Feet Apart. Okay, I have like mixed feelings on this movie because I am a sucker for romance movies. I have a clear memory of seeing this at the movies. Like, I think there were a few teenage girls a few rows down from us, and then me and my friend, and I just bawled my eyes out pretty much the entire film. I'm gonna put this in Are You Not Entertained? Because even though I know it's not like, you know, the best film and there are definitely better movies out there. I do like Hailey in it. She's good. I do like her as the main character. Oh god, okay. I am going to have a lot of backlash for this. West Side Story is going in not quite my tempo. Now, it's not that it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. I wasn't really entertained by it. Like, it was okay. I feel like I should love it, but I just don't. I actually don't know why it is that I don't like it. Like, usually I can explain why I don't like a film, but for some reason I just can't with this movie, and I don't know why. When Harry Met Sally is one of the best romantic comedies of all time. This is my precious. Absolutely, I cannot put this in any other ranking, any other list, tier. Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, so good, amazing. Oh my god, they go from like hate to friends to romantic to hating each other again, but not really hating each other. And obviously there's the iconic fake orgasm scene in the cafe. I'd feel really weird filming that. There's so many people in that room.
I'll have what she's having.
Zodiac. Now this is the other David Fincher film that I said was going to be in my precious, and it is in my precious. Enjoyment wise, I think The Social Network is my favorite Fincher film, but Zodiac I think is his best film. The filmmaking is so intricate and detailed and just amazing. This is literal perfection, this movie. I cannot fault it. I know some people probably wouldn't like it because it goes for a very, very long time. The acting, Jake Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo, and Robert Downey Jr. Chef's kiss. The writing, just the cinematography, everything is so good in this movie. I love it. I love it to death. Last, but certainly not least, is School of Rock. School of Rock is also my precious. Jack Black in this movie, the best. The musical moments, oh my god, and the scene where he's like putting them in all of like, putting them where they're meant to go, like as they're members of the band. It's amazing. So that is my general ranking. I don't think I'm going to change anything. I think I'm happy with how it is. If someone looked at my ranking without watching this video and just looked at it like that, they'd be like, what the hell? Who is this chick and what is she doing? Actually, pretty much that top tier is me summed up, like my personality and my film tastes. Exactly that. Let me know your thoughts on these films. Out of all of them, what would you rank in your my precious? I'm happy I didn't have any activate instant kills in here. So happy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later.